could you be the one? Shh. Good, good. Good, good. Could you be the one?
Hello, I am Bernadette David, a student of JCFC, and I am here to say how to be a successful baker. But first of all, let's define what is baking, what is baker, and what does it take to be a successful baker. Baking is a method of preparing food that uses dry heat, normally in an oven, but can also be done in hot ashes or not hot stones. The most common baked item is bread, but many other types of foods are baked. Heat is gradually transferred from the surface of cakes, cookies, and breads to their center. But before baking something, we need a baker. And what is a baker? The term baker dates back to the year 1000. Another term that meant the same thing from the types was baked star, and tradesperson who bakes and sometimes sells breads and other products made of flour by using an oven or other concentrated heat source. All these experiences stimulate the senses, which in turn increases feel-good endorphins. Baking and any sort of cooking of food preparation is ultimately about nourishing ourselves and others. To internalize this benefit, make an effort to bring your whole awareness to the healthy ingredients and love that go into baked goodies. One of the best things about baking is that you can give away your creation and make the other people feel happy, which in turn puts a smile on your dial. It's a win-win, but before all of that, what does it take to be a successful baker? We need to have the skills to complete our task. Organization is one of the skills we needed because lots of thinking ahead is required when you're baking, and you need to be considering what needs to be done in advance so that everything is ready when needed. It also means incorporating steps that aren't necessarily in the recipe, such as cleaning down your kitchen as you go. Next is attention to details. Careful attention to detail is necessary when baking, starting with reading the recipe from start to finish before doing anything. If you don't understand these steps and processes, you might end up misunderstanding what is required. Furthermore, coordination skills such as cake decorating, using a palette knife, painting and making intricate sugar fondant decoration all take time and effort. When it comes and in these skills, it takes years to master. And the most important part that we need in our skills is a patience. Lots of tasks is baking require that time be taken to let important processes occur, whether that is waiting for to activate so that your bread rises, whisking a custard until lumps are moved, stirring and filling until it is smooth. Consistency or creaming butter and sugar for long enough that air can be incorporated into the mixer. Don't be tempted to fast forward these critical stages. They can make all difference. 360 cake structures to crafting elaborate sugar fondant flowers. Many cake decorators are also handy with a paintbrush and use edible paints to create wonderful details. Follow off the disc and surely you will be a successful baker someday. We have 4 cardinal rules. A sun-can cake and perfectly risen sponge. Last but not the least, we need to be creative. Creativity in baking can also be expressed through cake decoration, which can involve anything from brainstorming, physics-defying cake structures. So we have 4 cardinal rules. In the baking, the first of is ratio. Ratio is process of measuring the ingredients that is going to be used while baking. According to one of the professional bakers, they said any novice baker can also follow a written recipe for chocolate chip cookies, but only a professional baker instinctively knows about how much flour, sugar, eggs, or milk they need for fluffy pancakes, chewy cookies, or tender crisps. Sequences. For number 2 is sequence is the procedure or step-by-step process that we need in baking, like arranging the ingredients from first to last. And number 3, time. Time and temperature. Each recipe has a perfect baking temperature and time in order to ensure that baked goods don't get overcooked or not completely baked. That at least first time you're baking that recipe. Because every oven is different, so the second time you'll be able to adjust time and temperature according to your oven. So that will be all for today. Thank you for listening the discussing how to be successful baker. Thank you.